useful. Spinning scissors like a pistol. You dare to say that I must fly outside the trap remains that you kept me in a cage.
What do YouTube? This is your boy Diaka666 and the Career Real Wrestling is here to bring back Real Wrestling episode 21. And as I said before, my name is Diakis.
Hey, Real Wrestling 21. We need a beer sponsor now.
Brought to you by Dick's Beer. Not only will it bury your thirst, it'll bury you.
You also bring about Daniel Bryan, yes, brand condoms. For the moment she says yes.
Introduce yourself!
Okay, there you go,
The real
man.
X-Dog.
This is nobody.
Whitey.
AYT.
Of course, we're going to talk about Impact. And I'm not talking about the fun either.
Hey, they're at least making a real impact right now. They're stepping their game up.
Yeah,
They're actually bringing back some divisions. That's nice, even though they got too many wrestlers.
They still got a long way to go.
And now they're they're going to cut down on appearances to save money. Because DC Carter.
So does that mean she came close to have to do what I said earlier?
No.
They were never that far down, but it's bad.
They had to, let me put it like this, they'd probably go under for the next 5 years. For
Yeah, and then they paid $300,000 of their own cash to rent out the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York. So like,
Why were they even in New York? I know
this
this Philly. I know this has nothing.
I can't remember.
Hammerstein, New York.
But I know it has nothing to do with wrestling. But why? Nobody care about TNA that much to go to in New York.
New York is where Spike TV at. They're trying to impress
them.
Yeah, they're trying to impress Spike TV right now. That's all they're
You know the old saying, if you make it here, you make it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what I'm saying. $300,000.
Yeah, just to run.
Do you think so?
For 3 days?
Can they get that money back by these shows?
No.
Do y'all think they can?
No.
Do you think Dixie cares? She probably saying just throw $300,000 out of her back pocket.
No, out of her father's back.
But that's why you only spend that much money if you gonna make a profit. They're not gonna make a profit. They're throwing away money. This is a struggling company. Well, I don't know if they're struggling that bad. It seems like they're struggling. This is a struggling company, and they're losing money on purpose now.
Well, they make more money off of TV than they make off it. That's their main source of revenue is TV.
Exactly, which is why they're trying to impress Spike.
Which is weird, because normally your money should come from people come to your arena buying your merchandise and stuff.
You have 200
Yeah, that's the
people
more profitable thing.
When you have only 200 people maybe 200 people come to your little house shows, and at your big pay-per-view lockdown, you only have 900 motherfuckers there.
Yeah, I mean, if y'all come to Albany, you can only get 250 people.
Hell,
WWE had the arena almost full.
Well, I got there was more people at my graduation than was at TNA's.
There was.
Exactly. There's probably more people in your graduating class.
Hell, relatively speaking, the local indie here in Albany gets better attendance than Impact. Relatively speaking.
That's a shout out to Showtime Wrestling. Y'all, if you're in the Albany area, please go there.
Yeah, their shows are better than TNA shows too.
I heard somebody was facing and went heel during the same promo.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah, he came out there, he's a returning hero and turned heel in 5 minutes.
But before we go too off track,
You know what?
you know what? I actually like the MVP thing they're doing. Him as the anonymous investor, then how he ended with the last Impact where was those two nut huggers with Dixie Carter?
Rockstar Spud.
Rockstar Spud got put in a match with
Willow.
Rich guy is about to be fed to Bobby Lashley.
Like this is the problem I had. Like, I have no problem with the story. I have a problem with MVP being the investor coming in. Yeah. I'd rather been somebody above MVP and MVP be like his main guy, be like his big time wrestler. I don't like MVP being himself.
Yeah, but think about it like this. Remember, he was the highest paid guy on SmackDown. He had to spend his money somewhere.
Shit, if I was in Japan, I'd be spending mine on Japanese hookers and sake and massage parlors and shit. I'd be broke as fuck. I'll be like, what happened to him now? That's like one of those special shit.
But TNA has no money. They have all these people, so now they're trying to cut down the appearances of their bigger stars.
I have to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
About this stupid ass storyline. I think I mentioned this on last Real Wrestling, so if I did, I'll cut it out. But how the fuck and I do mean how the fuck are you gonna run an investment storyline when you're not even a fucking public company?
Yep, we did
No
say that.
fucking shareholders.
Because it's easier that way. 'cause
Willing suspension of disbelief.
Kevin Nash even said how the storyline's through because of that same fucking reason.
Yeah, I remember him saying
I don't
that.
know. I think most fans would not pay that much attention to it.
They're
so.
idiots. Have you seen Impact's YouTube? There's a bunch of dick sucking idiots up there. All they do is suck TNA's dick, say that TNA is God and WWE's the Antichrist or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, but the problem
Everybody
is,
has a delusional
This is-
fan.
No, no,
here's the
go ahead,
problem.
go
If
ahead.
you guys remember when Donald Trump bought Monday Night Raw, they're actually remember that crap a few years
Yeah,
ago?
I remember that.
Actually, their stock price actually went down because of that.
Yeah,
Of course.
So
Trump
that's
ain't got
probably
no
why
real
they
money.
want like having storylines like that with someone's majority shareholder and stuff. I mean, they can kind
Now-
of backfire.
Now, yeah, because Trump ain't got no real money. Now, Bill Gates, didn't his stocks might have went up, but Trump ain't got no real money. If Bill Gates wouldn't even throw toilet paper at Donald Trump for his money.
And that's after he's given away so much
Yeah,
of his.
I know.
Warren Buffett throwing away $1 billion for a perfect bracket.
Yeah, because he's one of the richest men in the world, not in America, in
That's
the
like a
world.
Like, I have no problem with people liking TNA more than WWE, but I have a problem with them saying TNA is
Yeah,
better.
better than
That's
no.
the stupidity.
You got your delusional
That's
fans
stupid.
everywhere.
And
I
then-
like, cause I started to like Ring of Honor like better than
Yeah.
WWE because it's just straight wrestling. That's all it is.
Yeah, most.
But I'd be a fool to say it's better than WWE.
No, it's not.
The wrestling's probably better.
The wrestling is better.
AJ
But-
Styles, because that AJ Styles and Jay Lethal.
But
was
wrestling,
amazing.
but the thing about wrestling, it don't matter if you don't have a story behind it. And if you want to just see good wrestling, yeah, Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
but
It does have a decent
Ring of
story.
Honor,
they have
yeah,
small stories.
Yeah, Ring of
like
Honor
there's
ain't
nothing to
got
really
the
go
real
into.
story, Yeah.
But still back to MVP, I don't have a problem with it. So far, so good. But actually, I do have one problem, but it's not him. It's Dixie Carter herself. Like, she needs to go watch Raw for the past month or so and learn how to be a real alpha bitch like Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie pulls that role so
you replace
perfect.
Dixie Carter with Stephanie McMahon. It's a great story. Just by her being there, she can say all the same, do all the stupid stuff that Dixie was doing. You wouldn't even care because
The problem
Stephanie would pull it off
the
so
problem is
good
Dixie
that you
Carter-
would go along with it.
You probably just heard that she on the mic looking like she is completely lost. Like,
Like a deer in the headlights.
like, I'm trying to be a bitch, but I just
told
can't
you, man.
pull it
I
off.
told you, man, it's because of the Botox. Because you know that those are not her real cheeks.
I mean, her voice.
She can't even move her mouth.
her voice and everything. She just sounds like she just a deer in the headlight. She just
She's
lost.
just-
She can't. Yeah,
So
no, she
funny.
can't do acting. I mean,
It's so bad. It's funny
Yeah,
though. It's
it's-
entertaining. That's the funny part.
Yeah, but now she's off TV, so
What?
we ain't got to worry
I
about
mean,
that.
I hope she off TV to study.
I mean, this is one skit. One part where she was trying to. I think it was like 2 months ago when she was trying so hard to get her message across. Every time she wanted about to say make a big announcement, she would get cut off or whatever. And finally, she got so pissed off. She said, "Fuck this shit. I'll say my big announcement to the end of the night." The big announcement was a ball of bullshit. So pretty much, I'm waiting for this big ass announcement. And it's like, really? This is it? I'm done.
Yeah, but Dixie Carter always have a big announcement. Every announcement she make is a big announcement.
Yeah.
Tito Ortiz with this big announcement. Who gave a fuck about this man?
yeah, I know. And Rampage Jackson,
They
he
just
don't
killed
even,
that
he don't even
storyline.
wrestle. He's training. I read that he's training to wrestle.
No,
But he
this-
doesn't. He doesn't wrestle. He's still what is it? Bellator fighting? Yeah, that's
Yep.
it. He
What
Let
the
me
hell
tell you
with that
this.
shit?
Let me tell you what the storyline. They took both of them off of Impact because they did not want them to get hurt because they would have to do in-ring fighting. They were trying to save this match for their big one-on-one match at Bellator or whatever. And then I think Rampage ended up getting hurt anyway. It was one of them. One of them ended up getting hurt anyway, and that match canceled
oh, it
anyway.
wasn't Rampage. It was Tito.
It was Tito then. I knew it was one of them, but they ended up getting hurt anyway. So,
You
waste
did
of time, as usual. Okay, this is enough I want to talk about for TNA Impact. The Willow character. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't like it. This is what I don't like about it. They acknowledge that it's Jeff Hardy. Like, they acknowledge it's Jeff Hardy. It's Jeff Hardy's alter ego. Basically, it's the Jeff Hardy with a fucking mask with a mean streak. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking character.
That's it.
Jeff
That's
Hardy,
what
He didn't
Jeff
change his
Hardy
ring gear.
is the biggest star name-wise in that company. Probably, I say bigger than Kurt Angle. if he's the biggest star, why the hell would you hide that? Like, why would you not let him be Jeff Hardy? It's like,
because
I heard it on another podcast. It'd be funny. It's just like WWE just going and changing John Cena to Juan Cena. Like, why the fuck would they do that? Why the fuck would they do that if John Cena's their big name and their big draw?
Maybe.
Like,
But Juan Cena wasn't even remember created for
just
for a
maybe.
reason.
yeah.
Just maybe they realize they should have been did something to this man that should have been to jail a couple of times. Maybe they don't want. Maybe they want to appeal to the audience of children, which WWE is doing a good job of getting money from their parents. Maybe they realize they shouldn't be trying to make it well known that this pothead that really should have been.
That's the least of his drugs.
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe they realize we shouldn't actually have it out there so much that he's the face of our company. Because it's actually sort of bad for business.
No, you know,
And that's where AJ Styles came in. Good job, TNA.
Yeah.
But like I said, I like the Willow character. I just hate that they're basically saying it's Jeff Hardy.
He didn't even change his ring gear. It's just
Yeah.
the same old Jeff Hardy in a mask with dreads.
Yeah, that's the only
Why-
thing.
That gives him an excuse to have him do that whole inner monologue
But no,
fully all the time.
that character is nothing but an enabler because he was already on drugs, and now they're just encouraging him to take more.
I got it.
character.
He's
He's
the Antichrist of alter egos. There we go.
Then he comes to the, then you watch TNA on TV, he comes to the ring in meth vision. So I mean,
Now, let me tell you this. And when they signed Jeff Hardy, if they would have brought him in as Willow like 5 years ago, I wouldn't have had no problem with this.
Yeah, me.
And then him being Jeff Hardy now. You can't have Jeff Hardy take a step back.
Yeah, because even though we knew Goldust was Goldust, when he turned to what was his name?
Dustin Rhodes.
No, the guy who you know his character in the
Blue Me.
Black Rain.
Black Rain. When he turned to Black Rain, people who didn't know it was Goldust didn't know it was Goldust. So you gotta change something about it.
Yeah.
What about Curry Man?
Nobody knew who Curry Man was except us.
Yeah.
except
Who the hell is
us
Curry
and
Man? I forgot.
Christopher Daniels.
Oh,
Except-
Yeah, and they didn't say, wow, that's Curry Man, also known as, who was Christopher Daniels?
Yeah.
They didn't say that. Like, we knew it was Curry Man. We know it was Christopher Daniels, but the fact that they didn't put it on TV, you probably would have forgot at one point. We gonna always know that Jeff Hardy, because they gonna say it every fucking week.
If you think about it, they did the same thing with Matic or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Suicide.
Yeah.
Suicide
Yeah.
Matic. They did.
Well, they changed it to man.
They screwed him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can't take him seriously.
Now he's on TV.
Hey, it's that guy.
Yeah, because now we're gonna be like, why the hell is he dressed like
But
that?
I guess Russo's influences must be penetrating through the building again because Bully Ray turned face 2 weeks after he was a heel, and they put him in a pine box because TNA can't afford a real cast.
Bully Ray went on TV and was talking about what he was gonna do to Mr. Anderson's wife and all this
Yeah,
shit.
I know.
2 weeks later, he's a fucking
Yeah,
face.
he's a face.
I'm supposed to believe this man is a face. He just talking about.
You gonna relapse or something?
He was in a funeral home with music coming from somewhere, waiting for Mr. Kennedy, and now he's a face. What?
He didn't even get a good reason.
Yeah.
That
we
wasn't
so
no
serious
good
all
reason.
over that.
I don't want this company ran by Dixie. You didn't care goddamn
Yeah, you
5
didn't care
weeks
for
ago.
you didn't care for the first 8 years.
For real.
I mean, I wonder what the creative system in TNA is at times. It's like, do they have like a bowl full of heads and like whatever head they're on? They have Russo's head, they have Bischoff's head, and they have fucking Dixie Carter's head. They mix up in a bowl and they whoever draw head they draw. They're like, okay, whatever. Or like I said on the Real Wrestling Discussion, they put they have healer face in a bowl and before they come out and they draw it. It's like, fuck, I gotta betray the MVP.
Or how about the wheel of alignment?
The wheel of alignment, aka the wheel of Dixie.
Hey, speaking of Dixie, what about Madness and Abyss right now?
Oh, I agree with what Deoxys has been saying for the past few weeks. They make old boy like a bitch.
They made Lil Madness look like a straight bitch. Paper champion, yes, exactly. That's exactly what he is.
It's like what Triple H said to Randy Orton this Monday. It seems like he can't win a match without somebody out there holding his hand.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
somebody always interferes. And then back when AJ was still in the company, he was getting his ass beat by 8 people. And he looked like a paper champion. And once again, thanks a lot, TNA, for losing AJ. But also, I appreciate it because Jay Lethal versus AJ Styles, half an hour, one of the best matches I've ever seen.
That was great. But let me tell you what's stupid about the Madness thing now. Madness, what Bound for Glory Series tournament? Madness was on the roll. Madness was being built as a threat, but then they give him the title and he can't beat nobody.
Yeah, he can't.
That's the stupidest fucking logic ever. Like, Madness should go into the match now. We should think he should be able to win on his own because it's been proven. He's been doing it for months. Now, just like that, I don't think Madness could beat a single person.
Paper champion.
And
then what's the deal with the Abyss now? So it makes it look even worse.
Abyss, I have no clue.
This is what's stupid about Abyss.
I can tell you. Pretty much. I can't believe this, but from what he said on a promo last week, he said he paid Abyss. A monster taking money? Really? He should be paid. His payment should be bloodlust. I mean, he should be paid. Just the ability for him to kick ass should be enough payment as it is.
Yeah.
Why does a monster need money? Doesn't make no fucking sense.
Kill off Joseph Parks with that.
And now I'm glad you brought up Joseph Parks because Joseph Parks went on 2 years and they didn't even give a good ending to it.
Yeah.
I heard somebody actually say that they actually liked the Joseph Parks thing, and they actually got into it. But what pissed them off, there was no payoff for it. Like the way it ended was stupid as hell. Like we all knew it was a bitch.
And then they
from the get go.
Yeah, then Eric Young says, "Oh my God, you're a bitch." I was like, "Oh wow, he's a bitch." Wow.
I mean, they let this shit drag on for 2 years and they ended it that way. I was like, "Oh my gosh."
I like the way they uncovered it. The what's his name? Bad Influence uncovered it. They actually did research about it. They went to his office.
They went to his office.
That shit was so funny, man. Oh, I'm gonna miss those guys. That's fucking hilarious.
I'm about to say we about to lose one of them, ain't we?
Both
of them gone?
Both of them.
Well, their contracts we'll know if they're.
Well, Kaz most likely resign. Daniels might be done.
Yeah, he's like what?
Daniels
past 40 maybe?
Yeah, he is past 40. He's almost 43. Actually.
God dang.
Daniels was making about the same amount of money AJ was. And you seen how they tried to lowball AJ.
Yeah.
Daniels might say, "Okay, I will take half because I'm at the end of my career," but we don't know. He might do it. AJ, no, you've been paying me this much. That's how much I wanted to keep making.
But seeing they get a problem.
And at least they're rebuilding their knockout division.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the positives they're doing now.
Yeah.
We did talk about some positives.
What positive we talked about? I missed it.
Y'all missed it. So many negatives. I forgot. I know MVP part of his story.
Let's talk about the positives.
That was positive for
MVP is a fresh breath in TNA. They need that shit.
Yeah. I just don't like that he's an investor.
But then
I wouldn't care if he didn't wrestle.
I love the Wolves.
I think that's what it is. The fact that he wrestles just gets rid of them.
Yeah, it sucks that the Wolves ain't on.
I love the Wolves.
I love them too. It sucks they ain't on Ring Garden no more. I mean, because it comes on talent. It comes on TV when they leave. Thanks a lot.
And that's a whole different story because they got something to do with WWE. But this back to the point we made before about how stupid Triple H was for signing them. Especially when you got the Ascension beating up 2 no-name dudes every fucking weekend in NXT because they ain't got no teams to face. And you had one right there you didn't want to sign.
Well, because according to y'all, he said David Richards had a bad attitude.
It's one of them. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, but they ain't had shit to do with WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that kind of hurt him in the long run getting a job there.
True, but that's just word of mouth now.
Dang, I know talking about the positives TNA.
Yeah,
like the knockouts.
We was going there.
I'm glad they brought Angelina Love back because Brooke is somewhere
twerking.
Taryn is
I think her contract is up. I think she's done too.
Taryn is pregnant. I don't know. She should have dropped by now, I think. But they can't bring Mickey James back because Nigel McGuinness got her knocked up.
Yep, she knocked up now.
No,
not Nigel McGuinness.
Magnus, it, Magnus.
Damn it, Magnus.
He got her knocked up. So, but yeah, it's nice to see.
You knew somebody had to
where
do
the
it.
hell,
Come
where
on
the hell's ODB at?
You seen that Paper
ODB?
Tiger there?
She was having a rivalry with.
ODB's there.
She
is okay.
She was rivaling.
Who they got right now? They got what's that bitch? What's that bitch they got with Chris Sabin now?
Oh, that was
that's
Alpha.
They got her. They got Lady, whatever the fuck her name is. Gail Kim. Then they brought in Brittany. Yeah. They got Velvet, Madison the Champ, and Angelina. That's good. 8 people right there. And ODB, that's like 9.
Yeah, and then where's the old girl? The one who just came back from being knocked up.
Madison.
Yeah, I
Rain.
mentioned Madison.
Oh, yeah,
She's the champ.
yeah, she is the champ. But
Yeah,
was
she's the
was
champ.
she on last week?
Nah. She wasn't on there.
Man, TNA
She's gonna be on there in like a couple
protection.
weeks.
Yeah, like, they did a
Because
good
you know
job rebuilding
Impact,
that
they
women's
keep the
roster.
shows.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The shit that made them good in the first place.
She gonna be on soon.
Impact
Besides the
needs
X division.
Impact needs to stay overseas.
Oh, yes, they do.
Refuse-
That's what I meant to bring up earlier when we was talking about how they couldn't sell shit here.
Yeah,
They feel that be overseas,
They
dog.
feel Wembley Stadium.
And the fans love that shit. They need to stay in the UK.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that's because
I enjoyed watching Impact when they were over there.
Crowds do make shows.
Yeah.
It was lively.
All right, what you say, Whitey?
The food was horrible.
because the crowd, that's about all they get. So I mean,
Yeah, but
True.
the wrestling is scarce over there. But
England has a pretty good indie scene.
I did too. I guess not. I don't know.
well, maybe they actually can support more than just WWE and that's it.
I don't know. I will keep TNA there because just like the NFL get this stupid idea that we put a random game on here and Europe fans show up that we want a team there, but it seemed to forgot about that crap they had NFL Europe. Yeah, for the first couple months, they'll probably show up. But I don't think long-term TNA in the UK would be a great thing.
I think it would.
I think it would because they sold out every time they go there.
every time they go there. I think,
but
and the fans clearly love it.
It's a random event.
It's something they would have their own, so they would constantly go to. They ain't got shit else over there.
No, that's the problem. I just think about the NFL when they do that. Like they show up, the fan fill up the stadium for those games, all that. But y'all still NFL Europe over there, and it was nothing. The fans didn't care after a while.
Yeah, but that was
it
two
wasn't
different
the
branches.
NFL,
We're talking about moving the whole company, just moving, not splitting it up, moving the company over there.
I don't know. Up front, I think it would be a great thing, but I don't know. Can he sustain
And
it?
then when the river
If
runs,
anything, that's it. They can't
I know. But
sustain
then
it.
when the river runs dry, they can just fly back over the ocean. And just
Well, we were forgot about it by then because we could have stopped watching.
No, it'll still be on.
As long as it come on TV, we'll watch it.
Yeah, because just for discussion purposes. Because it's not like I'm enjoying the shit they put me through.
TNA is an alternative to WWE. When WWE picks you off for screwing Bryan over for the 1800th time, we can turn it to TNA and watch Madness screw somebody else over.
I wish I wasn't so far behind on NXT because, according to good mic work, NXT is better at being TNA than TNA is. I don't even watch.
So let me talk about Lockdown. Lockdown, in my personal opinion, I give it a B-, because they started off the show really good. They had it was a 6-man tag? Was it a 6-man?
Six-man.
It was a 6-man tag. It was what was the motherfucker? Bad Influence and who's the other motherfucker?
Was it Saban?
Yes, Saban.
Yeah.
Saban's a fucking fool.
I love Chris Saban right now, by the way.
Yeah, when Alpha Female lost, he stood over like, no! That shit ain't lower, dog. Chris Saban is a funny ass.
Funny how she carried him to the ring. He fit on her shoulder.
But yeah, it was Bad Influence and Chris Saban, and Bad Influence came to the ring dressed as Cyclops from the X-Men. Had me rolling. Versus Sonata, some other guy, and the Great Muta. And I'm like, the Great Muta, he's here, and you didn't fucking advertise that.
They put
it
on Twitter.
I found out the day of the pay-per-view.
They put it on Twitter. Like, shouldn't y'all make an announcement on your own show about that?
Or your Facebook or something.
At least it was Twitter. But
I didn't find out until I read about the results.
Like, the Great Muta.
I understand they want to surprise people, but sometimes you have to advertise people to get the views.
I've seen that. Like,
however little it might have been.
That's why I was like, I seen Great Muta on TNA on Twitter. Like, y'all didn't put this on y'all show, did
That
y'all?
alone made me want to watch the pay-per-view. That alone, because he actually did a Shining Wizard. I'm like, what? and he blew missing somebody's face. Great. And here's another thing I can say about TNA. See, as soon as I make it to positive, I have a negative. God dang. The X Division champion is not even with the fucking company. He's Reversal 1. Sonata is Reversal 1.
Yeah.
And whatever. The match was great. That match was great. Then they had
Hold on. Let me say one thing about that Sonata thing, too. Alright, he won the title, right?
Yeah.
Why the hell they ain't showed footage of that shit yet, of him being Austin Aries? He just showed up one day on Impact with the title. They addressed that he beat him, but they ain't show footage of it yet.
Yeah.
I don't get what.
I want to see how he won the belt. What move he used?
Remember the Wolves won the title, tag titles, and they lost it.
They showed the footage when they lost the belts.
Okay.
They didn't show the footage when they won them.
That don't make no sense.
But yes, they did. My bad. I go back on that. They did show the footage. They showed when they won them, and then they cut to the next scene and showed when they lost them.
Oh.
I mean, they must tell y'all showed Jeff Hardy getting hit in the back of the hammer with last time on Impact. You at least let somebody know how the title changed hands.
Last time on Impact.
They told everybody that yes, he beat him for the title. They didn't show when he beat him for the title. They didn't say how he beat him for the title.
Any more positives, Deontay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was still going over whatchamacallit. Pretty much my main point about Lockdown is I think Lockdown was a better pay-per-view than anything WWE's been put down the pipe for a while. Since SummerSlam. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion.
That's a fact. That's bad that you could say that about a TNA pay-per-view. One TNA pay-per-view did better than what, 6 WWE? WWE give you one good match of pay-per-view?
Manic versus Tigre Uno was pretty good too. Those guys were like, that was 2 good matches to start off the pay-per-view with. Then they had, I think it was Gunner versus James Storm, and they literally tried to kill each other. It's pretty good. Then you had the knockout match, the knockout championship, and there was some pretty good spots in there. Like it was like a hangman's net breaker off the whatchamacallit, off the cage. Them females had, Gail Kim and who was the champion? Madison. That was a pretty good spot. They had some pretty good spots in that match. Then the last 2 matches, of course, they dropped the fucking ball.
Of course.
And the pay-per-view was pretty decent though.
Actually, Madness versus Joe was good up until that Abyss part.
Yes!
The thing is with Impact pay-per-views is that the undercard are usually really good. It's always their storyline, their main storylines are usually what suck, but their undercard's usually really good.
Brings me to another negative.
Which seems to be the fault of creative when that happens.
That brings me to another negative. The last negative I have. Bully Ray. What the fuck?
I know you're 2 weeks ago you were in a makeshift casket. 2 weeks later you're a face.
But this is what I was talking to you about last week about the Lethal Lockdown match. I hate that match for so many reasons because when all 8 people get in there, usually one team gets advantage when the 8th person get in. Then weapons come down. The team that just got drugged when the 8th man finally came in and changed it, the other team should have no shot. Because now all 4 people on the other team should get weapons down and just beat the shit out of all of them. It makes no sense that the other team should even have a fighting chance. And they do, and they always have a fighting chance. Then they fight in this small-ass ring where there's no more moves anymore. It's just whipping. Till somebody finally get a finish.
That's another thing that blew. I like because I think I've only watched. I never watched the actual Lethal Lockdown matches. I watched the matches that were around the Lethal Lockdown. I never watched the main event.
Yeah.
I watched what was it? The one that had James Storm versus what's that nigga's name is? Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode.
Yeah, that was a brutal ass match.
And they did a good job with that because they built up for so long that James Storm was coming home to face his former tag team partner. I watched that match.
But the thing is, I never knew that last stipulation where there's no pinfalls or whatever until that thing comes down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, they're pretty much what you said. Like someone's gonna gain an advantage and the other team's pretty much fucked.
Yes, exactly.
And then you have weapons. What are you trying to do?
Then you bring weapons down.
Now
Now I tell you what would make sense because I think they did this with Sting. When they one Lethal Lock match when Sting came in with his bat. That's how he got advantage. Yeah, and when Sting got advantage, Sting went 1-on-4. The weapons came down. That's when the rest of his team finally got up and everybody started doing stuff. The match ended like 5 minutes after that.
Yeah.
That makes sense because the other team should have no shot now. Sting already by himself just beat you down with bats. Now the rest of the team pulling trash cans and kendo sticks and chairs down. You should have no fucking shot of winning. And when they ended in 5 minutes, I was like, okay, this is how this shit should have went.
This man think it's got NWO versus WCW revenge or something.
Boy, that was cheating when back in the Sting come with the bat.
With the bat, boy. He just beat that nigga.
There was no music. You just see somebody coming down from the ramp.
And Parker had that crazy ass chair.
Oh yeah, he used to cut the ring with the chair.
That was
The chairman, man.
Hell yeah. But that's pretty much all I have to say about the Impact. We can move on. We can segue into WWE.
It's a shame. It's a shame that WWE's pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, well I got one more thing to say about Impact. My bad. Bully Ray with a Motorhead jacket is awesome. That's it. All right.
But WWE, it's a shame that WWE's last 6 pay-per-views are all worse than TNA's most recent one. That is.
But just to go on what I said earlier by accident, Royal Rumble could have been one. Like I said, the whole room of the fans going crazy for Daniel Bryan. They want Daniel Bryan out there.
They're begging for him.
I mean, okay, so you get number 3. What do you think? Okay, it has to be him. All he had to do was hit that theme music. You know the crowd would have went insane. Thinking he's gonna come running out there yelling, yes, yes, yes. What you should have had was that music hit, wait a couple seconds, then Bad News Barrett comes out there doing the yes ton, and he stops.
And then it says, I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you.
That crowd
On
was
the 30th Rumble entrant.
that crowd
Like,
insane.
man, like it's bad booking. Obviously, a heel should have had that spot. You know how crazy people are for Daniel Bryan.
You gave it
You
to
give
Rey
it
Mysterio.
They shitted on Rey Mysterio that
Yeah.
night.
It
It
wasn't
was
his
fucking
fault.
fault.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault.
It wasn't
man. I
Batista's
felt
fault
so
either.
bad for him.
I felt sorry for Batista up until after the show when I found out what he actually did after the show. Then I said, fuck Batista.
This is me personally. Daniel Bryan didn't even have to win the Royal Rumble. He just
Oh,
had to
he
be.
just had to be
He just
in it.
had to be in it. More people wanted him to win because
Yeah.
it made sense. I also agree it made sense.
Heck, I actually don't think he should win at the WrestleMania. I think he should just be in it, get close, and then win it. But no, they'll actually lose people this time, though. I think if they dangle it this time, they will lose them.
But oh yeah, back to your point about these bad pay-per-view. Like I said, they only give you one good match of pay-per-view.
Hold on, you gotta elaborate on the Batista thing first. Let's start there.
About what?
Well, he said what he did backstage. You said they ain't like.
No,
no,
when he shot the bird,
Yeah,
when he did,
yeah,
when he said yes.
Yeah, he
yeah.
went into he got into a confrontation with a fan.
Yeah, then he got into a fan.
Yeah, after the show went off, officials weren't
He
happy.
deserved it.
Officials weren't happy, but apparently that doesn't.
It don't matter what
Yeah,
the
it doesn't
people-
hurt people like him. It was Damien Sandow. He's been fired.
Yep.
Ask Mickey James.
I mean, Batista's Triple H friend. So,
Batista.
man, that funny about Batista. They were booing. And then you see somebody was saying, no, they weren't booing. They were saying boo Tista.
Bautista.
Yeah, they said, that was a good funny thing. That
Batista.
at the Elimination Chamber, they were chanting Bautista. It was hilarious. They chanted Bautista at a couple of shows.
I think
Del Rio was a fan favorite that night.
Yeah, I know.
I think the king Jerry Lawler called Batista, accidentally called Batista Bautista. And then JBL corrected him.
Bray Wyatt beat Daniel Bryan at the Rumble had to happen.
Yeah.
There was no other way they could have did it.
And
That match was great too.
John
It was
Cena-
awesome.
And no
It
matter
was that
what
one match for the
no matter
pay-per-view.
what the internet fans say, John Cena is going to put over Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. Because if Bray Wyatt loses that match, nobody's going to believe him.
Hold on.
Once they said Daniel Bryan was getting in the main event, they guaranteed it.
Yeah.
What? Almost all the matches. Haven't John Cena always put over guys he need to put over? It's just the fact that he's Super Cena that the fans or whatever don't buy the put over.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
Cena,
like
always,
Damien Sandow,
Cena
but-
always put over the right people. It wasn't Sandow's time. It wasn't Cesaro's time. You couldn't have them beat John Cena, then they go nowhere.
Yup.
Because you knew they were going nowhere.
Yeah, you gotta have them
Yup.
come close to beating them at least.
They got
Yeah, like
big plan
Cesaro
for.
did.
They had big plan for Punk, so they let Punk beat on. They had big plan for Bryan. They let Bryan beat him. Now they got big plan for Bray Wyatt. It's gonna happen.
Oh.
Speaking of CM Punk, I'm glad he left. Maybe he was on to something. Just like I said on our little Facebook page we got set up. Maybe he was on to something by leaving because the push that they were gonna give to CM Punk, Daniel Bryan has that push now.
Yep.
And
Now, let me say this. See, like Daniel Bryan probably would have gotten the main event anyway,
yeah.
but it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
Anybody who's thinking that this was WWE planned all along, straight morons. This shit got changed. This shit definitely got changed. Batista was not supposed to turn the heel now. He was going to turn the heel, but it wasn't going to be this
Yeah,
damn
it was
close.
after WrestleMania.
Their plans was to have Orton versus Batista one-on-one at Mania, and they were going to have Daniel Bryan face fucking Sheamus.
Yeah.
CM Punk leaving changed everything.
Yes,
everybody who hated on Punk might as well start thinking of that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said thank you, CM Punk, because he saved us from what I'm sure would have been a horrible, worthless, waste of time match between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. I'm glad he left. I was like, thank you, CM Punk.
Without him planning it, he made WrestleMania make sense.
Yeah.
Without him planning, he made WrestleMania make sense because Punk versus Triple H was did not need to happen. It should have been Bryan versus Triple H the whole time.
Yeah.
And me personally, that's the only match I want to see at Mania.
So people just mad at CM Punk for not coming back. Fuck y'all. Do you see that? What he saved us. He saved us from another horrible WrestleMania because Lord knows the last two have been subpar.
This one gonna be bad for me anyway. I just wanted to see Triple H and Bryan.
I also appreciate that they put in the script now little shots at CM Punk.
Yeah.
Like this Monday when Triple H was busy beating the crap out of Daniel Bryan before he hit him with the shovel. He said, at least you were brave enough to stay here and not take your ball and go home, because you could have taken your ball and gone home. An obvious shot at CM Punk. I appreciate the writers doing this because, like I said, who cares about CM Punk? We have what should have happened in the first place. Talking about, because that's one reason I hate Sheamus now. Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. What was that going to accomplish?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
So what was the point?
Now Sheamus Christian, which makes just as little sense.
It makes just as little sense. But
Thank God they're not going.
It sounds more like
only because they don't face each other too many times.
It sounds like
I don't have a problem with the match. It's just they done it so many damn times.
Well, it sounds like they haven't found something to do with Sheamus more than anything.
And let me say something about that match. You know what's stupid about the Christian Sheamus rivalry? Christian never wins.
Yeah.
How is it supposed to be a rivalry if Christian not getting his in it? What Sheamus got left to prove? He beat the man every time he wrestled.
Yeah, I know.
Ain't it like some of Triple H's rivals where Triple H always wins?
No, well, when Triple H and Rock did it, it was back and forth. When Triple H and Austin did it, it was back and forth.
What about Triple H Jericho?
It was back and forth. Jericho got some in. Not when Triple H came back in 02, you know. That was that was burying time. I lost out on the year. Me and the Shelby got a lot to do.
I mean, yeah, I missed the entire invasion and everything.
Only thing I hate about
I didn't get to bury no WCW guys. Let me do it now.
Only thing I hate about the fallout from the CM Punk thing is one of the things I read in the article was something about the WWE might know saying punching AJ because of it.
That's not gonna happen. She was gonna lose the belt anyway.
Yeah.
Punk could be there now. AJ's dropping the title at Mania.
Oh, it ain't just the dropping the title. Her position in the WWE, like losing pushes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, a match she lost a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but Vince McMahon is not exactly the guy who's going to be the biggest man.
But hold on. AJ is losing her push because she's not on Total Divas. That's the only reason, not because of CM Punk. Anybody on Total Divas is riding high now. You're not. You're fucked.
Yeah, but CM Punk
until Paige come up, but who knows how they're gonna use her?
Yeah, but being CM Punk's girlfriend is not exactly helping that situation.
Me personally, I think CM Punk and Vince already done talked it out. He was like, okay, you already done did your dates that you're supposed to do. You ain't gotta wrestle no more this year. Just re-sign next year. They probably already worked something that we don't know about.
Yeah, we cried.
But Punk
there's no way in hell Vince finna go talk to anybody else about this because they gonna leak it. Just like that fake report that Punk was supposed to be on Raw.
Yeah.
Just how it was in Chicago. Like
somebody told him that, and he even went on record of saying like, I'm not 100% sure, but my source is. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So
he said,
his source was, and then he came back and said his source was lied to. For all we know, that was done on purpose. If this ain't stupid, let me see. I'll put this whole Punk being leaked out.
But also, Punk only told certain people anyway. So if somebody leaked something, he will automatically know who told. So
yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. They still don't know about the Cranky Vince account.
AJ knows everything though. Of course.
The Raw from Chicago, it was great what they did to shut those people up.
They put that show perfectly.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. I was hoping that crowd was just going to be obnoxious, loud, and swearing, and there was barely any swearing. I only think they only had to bleep out only 2 chants that night.
No, from what I heard, they ain't censoring any of it.
Well,
they let it happen.
All they did was chant CM Punk.
Yeah, they didn't compensate signs either. Cause I seen seen some thread on Reddit where people that was in Chicago went to the show. He said WWE didn't censor the CM Punk chants and they didn't confiscate the sounds like they normally do.
What was bad about they only shit on really one match, and that was Sheamus Christian, and that match was good.
But yeah,
they just didn't give it a chance.
You had something to say, Dion?
Yeah, it goes back to Impact, but it's really short.
Oh no.
Pretty much what happens. One skit on Lockdown is I think EC3 Ethan Carter III, one of the most hilarious motherfuckers I've ever seen. Pretty much he was delivering this promo where he pretty much bragging about he pretty much ended Kurt Angle's career, and then they started chanting that you can't wrestle or whatever, and they said no, you're not gonna hijack this show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that had me rolling. All right, y'all continue.
But yeah, they booked it perfect because as soon as Paul Heyman came out, I was like, oh yeah, they're about to shut them up real quick. And they tried their damnedest to see CM Punk, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was saying stuff. It's just because it's Paul Heyman. He's so great at delivering promos. They could not stop that. And then what was the second? Oh yeah, then Mark Henry comes out and gets beat down. You can't chat CM Punk.
What was good about the Paul Heyman? He had everybody in the palm of his hand, and then he switched it to a curtain rivalry with the Undertaker. I was like, this is genius, man. Paul Heyman knows exactly what he's doing.
Genius. And then what was the match right after that?
Then Mark Henry, like you said, Mark Henry came down, got destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
but then,
god, they just officially killed Mark Henry.
No, but then they had a good. Oh yeah,
the Shield.
The Shield
versus the Wyatts. The Shield versus the Wyatts came on right after that.
They shut them up.
And I was like, I could not believe they were going to such a good match.
Yeah, boy, they shut the crowd.
That was the main event match for the show. And they went into it right
off. That Shield Wyatt family match shut them up permanently. Because you put the Wyatt family and the Shield on after that, there's no way the crowd would, because the crowd loves both of those teams.
Yep.
They would not hijack that, and it was a great 20. Boy, the
and then when Seth Rollins walked out, like it was such a big deal that he walked out, you couldn't think about nothing else.
Yeah, you couldn't chant. So they booked it perfectly. They
kept AJ off the show because that would be a distraction.
I mean, that was great. That was great what they did. It was beautiful.
They did everything right. They were like, AJ, you're not wrestling tonight. We'll put you on main event tomorrow.
They handled that perfectly. Like, y'all can handle that Raw perfectly when y'all knew what was going to go down. But y'all couldn't handle it perfectly all the other shows?
Well, they knew about it because there were people on Twitter and stuff saying we're going to hijack Raw and stuff.
They either had a game plan, they had a little diagram, all this shit of what exactly to do when this shit happens. That's how much they was going to hijack, and they failed. Because WWE didn't put them in none of those situations where they could.
They succeeded, but WWE was a step ahead. Like, if y'all can do this, like, if y'all can plan this well, y'all can do some of y'all shows much better.
And what? Oh yeah, I remember the main event segment too. Another way they shut the crowd up. Daniel Bryan got his ass whooped again. That was one of the weeks because it was Batista versus Bryan, and Randy Orton interfered, so he caught the move that beat John Cena. Then Batista speared Daniel Bryan. Then Daniel Bryan got power bomb. He got Batista bomb, and then he got hit with the shovel to end the show. I mean, there was the crowd, and all the crowd could do was boo. They could not chant CM Punk. That was a great show. It was a great way to shut the crowd up, which I was hoping they would do. And what it did kind of disappoint me too that CM Punk didn't come out because I was hoping to see it.
I wanted to see him too.
I was like, come on, this is perfect.
That's what these idiot fans gotta realize. Like, what chanting CM Punk gonna do? Okay, let me put it this way. They chant CM Punk, WWE. All right, we'll give you CM Punk. He doesn't want to come back. So what can we do? And I can't give you Punk. He doesn't want to come back. Shut the hell up.
And what chances are Punk left on his own free will? It's not like they forced him out.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. They chant CM Punk. WWE wants to give you CM Punk. They can't.
Yeah, this ain't their
It's not their problem. Go in front of CM Punk house and chant CM Punk. Let's see if that works, because that's the only way that's gonna work.
But you know how good they booked that show? They booked it so well that even some of the CM Punk fans turned on CM Punk on Twitter. I was like, that's how you know you booked the show correctly. When they're turning on him for not showing up.
They thought it was going to be a work. Like, man, I don't think this will work.
No.
Cause it just kind of like, man, that's messing up booking and everything that seemed to be going on with Punk just did.
WWE got every right to be mad at Punk though.
Yeah,
every
they
single right. You look at all the shit they did for this man. They went and got Living Color to do his damn thing. They gave him the biggest match of WrestleMania last year. Fuck Cena Rock facing the Undertaker is the biggest thing you can get at WrestleMania now.
And he had the year-long title run.
Yeah.
I mean,
But let's be real. He had a year-long title run because they felt that nobody else should drop the title to the Rock.
And I understand the constant traveling, but you won't see John Cena quitting because they're traveling too much.
But CM Punk has been doing this over a decade.
Yeah, but not only that, John Cena not only does all this traveling, this man's in this short period of time got the most Make-A-Wish things than anybody. What, is he over 400 now?
Yeah.
And say what you want about Cena. Cena does half the shit in the ring that CM Punk does. CM Punk take a bean for half the damn match, do 5 moves and win. He's done. CM Punk probably throw on a good 10 moves a match. It then takes a beating. He does more in the ring than Cena. So yes, he probably works harder. Daniel Bryan gonna be the same way because he do more than CM Punk.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they took away from a lot of Cena's.
And takes a beating.
But it seemed like they took a whole lot away from Cena back in the day when he was Thug Life, and he did more than he does now.
Yeah, he punched and kicked.
But he did way more moves then than he does now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then,
Actually, do about the same, really.
then
He just punched and kicked.
I like how they're doing
You don't
this.
punch and kick anymore.
I like
He's
how
always on defense. Go ahead.
I like how they're doing the Shield too. I mean, I hate that they didn't break them up. But I mean, I can handle them being together. It's fine.
First of all, I said this probably on past Real Wrestling, but once again, WWE, they just did the Shield perfectly.
Yeah.
No flaws in the Shield at all.
No.
Actually, the one flaw I had a problem with was putting them belts on them. Anybody who said it wasn't a problem with Dean Ambrose being United States Champion, seeing it now. I said a long time ago they shouldn't have put the belts on the Shield. Nope, they put the belt on Dean Ambrose. Now everybody talking about he doesn't defend it. What the fuck y'all thought was going to happen? You knew he wasn't going to defend the belt.
It's kind of hard to. I mean,
They gave him 2 good opponents to lose that belt to. Dolph Ziggler and Rob Van Dam. Since then, nobody.
Now, who we talking
Unless you want to talk about Mark Henry
Dean
recently.
Ambrose.
But this the bitch Mark Henry.
Yeah, it's his
What about Big E? What happened to Big E?
He's in the middle of that Real American thing.
Actually, no, he's not in the middle
Well,
of that.
he was. But I think they still have a triple threat match with the titles, but they're not
Man,
going to
Big
have
E's in that
triple threat.
fucking Battle Royal.
Switch to Big E.
Can I talk about that Battle Royal now?
Yeah, you can go
It's
ahead.
stupid as fuck. It's lazy booking. They don't.
Lazy.
Remember last year we had a problem with WrestleMania because they just threw a mid card?
Yeah.
They feel like they don't even want to do it this year. We'll just throw them all in one match.
Yeah,
It's
I
lazy
mean,
ass booking.
I mean, they're calling it. They're calling.
Who's Battle Royal talking about?
The 30-man Andre the Giant
yeah,
Battle
Andre the
Royal.
Giant.
Oh.
Which, for what I heard, it's going to be annual. So they're going to do this shit every year now.
Yeah, no,
So
they
they got
might
2
just.
Royal Rumbles?
They might just call it for
That's
what it
another
is.
problem I had. We just had the Royal Rumble.
It's the
Yeah, but it's
paycheck.
different. I mean, if all 30 of them start in the middle of the ring and beat the hell out of each other and last man standing wins.
That's pretty cool though.
Don't get me wrong. I like the match. It's just
No.
wrong
Yeah.
time.
You know what?
Yeah, but no,
WWE, you know what? WWE should be slightly more creative for that Andre Giant thing. They should take out on page of WCW. Do the War Games thing where they put 2 rings together
Jesus Christ, no.
and just make a gigantic battle royal like that. Last one I remember was the NWO versus the 4 Horsemen. I mean, they stumped the hell out of Benoit between that ring. I just got how stumped Chris Benoit between that ring, and he wasn't around for a good 15, 20 minutes of that match.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. We stuck him in the middle of the ring.
So like, that would make a good battle royal. 2 rings, you got 30 superstars in there.
but they might as well just call it for what it is. It's the paycheck battle royal.
Yeah, we
That's
all
how they
know.
put it together.
We all know that what it was. I just don't like it, man. Like, this is WrestleMania. We should have had some rivalries going on already that should end at WrestleMania. Or go through WrestleMania into the string rules. No.
If they got that many
Everybody
superstars,
go in the Battle Royal.
if they have so many superstars throw that around, that means they're not using all their talent right. Sheamus running around with nothing to do. Give him a rivalry that works.
Sheamus ain't got nothing to do. Del Rio ain't got nothing to do. Dolph Ziggler ain't got nothing.
Well, they killed off Del Rio.
I'm gonna stop this now.
Well, they
I
killed
can
off
do that
Del.
all day.
Well, they killed off Del Rio. They kept feeding him to Batista
Yeah,
to the point he wanted to quit.
He's gonna leave now anyway, so that's good after this contract.
I would too. Look what he did to him.
Now I see the problem. I see this is one possible problem that I had with unifying the belts. The lack of title matches.
Yeah.
Because you remember last year they had 2 title matches.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious I'm pointing this out, but shit, it's because I'm sort of drunk, but that's.
But this is what I thought was gonna happen once the belt got unified. The Intercontinental title, they was just gonna use as the world title.
That's what I said.
Because that's the world title. Been that for years now. It's been the world title's been the Intercontinental title.
Pretty much.
Now you can bring the Intercontinental back where it was. And once the first person I seen talk about that damn Battle Royal was Big E, and I was like, what the hell? He already don't defend the belt. Come on, it's WrestleMania.
Let's go back to what WrestleMania 10. One of the most legendary matches, Scott Hall versus Shawn Michaels ladder match.
For the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, for the Intercontinental title.
Or look at Bret Hart and like his rise up to the card. It was his against Intercontinental battles against Mr. Perfect.
Then SummerSlam 95, Scott Hall, Shawn Michaels ladder match again.
The Intercontinental title didn't die down until the Attitude Era, actually. Because before then, the Intercontinental title was just as big as the WWE title at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, I give WCW this.
That's why I don't care that Mr. Perfect never won the world title. He was a good ass Intercontinental champion.
I already make a big deal like, oh, should he got to run now because y'all devalued the title so much that fans now think it's a mid-card title.
That's exactly right. That's the only reason we think those stars should have had a run with the world title. Because when you see the men, I'm going to say this for as long as I can live. The fact that Miz was WWE champion and some of these big names wasn't,
I had no problem with the Miz.
No, I have a problem with the Miz. He wasn't ready. He was a body. That was more John Cena versus The Rock. That's all that was. He was a body leading up to WrestleMania. You see what happened after that? John Cena took the belt right away from him.
Yeah.
But I was about to say before, like WCW, you remember, boy, they built almost all their titles like it was a pay-per-view. Nitro and Thunder. I mean, they can't show just a TV title. Just you defend every time on TV. They built a Disco Inferno. I did a Disco Inferno on Booker T like it was a pay-per-view match. And it was just one of the matches in the middle of Nitro's card. And they put on, I think, what was it, 15-minute match. I'm like, this for the TV title.
That couldn't have been 15 minutes because they had a 10-minute time limit.
I mean, I might be always,
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
But the whole match beginning and end was actually good. But it was just for the TV title, one you just see every night. You know, the fact that they didn't break them up and they're about, now they're turning face?
They turn
face. They literally turn face.
Hey, I like this. I missed them old school Shield beatdowns. I've seen 2 of them in the last 2 weeks. This is good.
They made the stuff that they was doing as heel seem like it's good now because they haven't done it in so long. But like that's what they was good at. They haven't done it. Now they doing it again. Oh, their face.
I wish there was shown on air the last SmackDown where the Shield was doing the Wyatts pose and what was it, Dean Ambrose with the mask on? So Roman Reigns sitting in the chair. I think it was Dean Ambrose with the mask on. They could have did that like the Shield.
I missed it. I actually gotta go see that now. I bet that was funny.
And I'm glad they did not break the Shield up at the last pay-per-view. I'm like, man, what would they do with the Wyatts right outside Bray going against Cena?
That could have been a good ass rivalry, the Shields and the Wyatts. There's so many combinations they could have led to that big 6-man match. Like when WrestleMania season over, as usual, you lose main eventer, and that's why right after WrestleMania, WWE just sucks. Yeah. Remember, Punk took a break, and how bad that was last year.
Yeah, but I don't think obviously Shield's not taking a break. The Wyatts aren't gonna take a break.
No, I'm saying it's time to build stars.
Well, like we just said, you just went through that list where Sheamus, Del Rio, who's the other guy?
They had their chance.
But the crowd
Zack Ryder, they ain't doing it.
Yeah, no, I said they had their chance. They're done.
Well, I think
it's time for Cesaro, somebody that fans like.
Well, I mean, new season, you got to do something with them.
Well, I read somewhere that they're still talking about doing the disgruntled team thing, but they're going to throw the Miz into. I mean, not the Miz, but Zack Ryder. Yeah, I really want them to do that. It's fresh. It's new. They need to do it after WrestleMania.
I liked it until you said Zack Ryder.
Yeah,
exactly.
But still, if they give
repackage them.
That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, they're gonna repackage them
because on his YouTube channel, which he got famous off of, he pretty much took the United States Championship and broke it with a hammer. I'm serious. The second episode, he's like, "This is what represents the past." He started with a hammer, bam, bam, broke that. Like, no, it's a pretty belt. No.
The only reason I had a problem with it when he said Zack Ryder because he clearly is not on the level of Dolph Ziggler and the Miz. Them two are probably on the same level, so you put them together to be a tag team, no problem with it. Especially when you ain't got no tag team.
I don't think he's been given the right chance because remember that match he had with Sheamus? and the first thing that happened was a bro kick right to his face. Like, I'm gonna give Zack Ryder a chance at that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the title, man. I remember that.
That was so nasty.
Wrong. It ain't that Ryder's fault. It's horrible booking.
When you describe that, you might call that the shovel kick instead of roll kick.
But
He got buried into that shit.
He got buried for real, dude.
Basically, I'm saying I want to break them up to next year's WrestleMania season.
the only reason they're not going to bust up the Shield just yet is they're waiting for Roman. The second Roman can really handle himself in singles matches,
Nah.
they'll be ready to bust up the Shield.
What they've been doing, they getting Seth over. That was the flaw with the Shield breaking up. Seth Rollins would go nowhere.
Yep.
Now, Seth Rollins, everybody's saying, oh, Seth Rollins can go. So now, when they do break up, Seth Rollins can actually be seen as a threat still.
If you think about it, Seth Rollins is really, it from a psychological point of view, that storyline, risen himself to the a de facto leader type person. Because remember, he was the person that said there's a problem within the Shield or whatever. He pretty much called that meeting or whatever. And you think about it, that way. I'm just saying he's sort of risen in the Shield's ranks about to put it to.
I mean, he had to. Wait, that was afterward this whole show fighting each other and fighting something.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I say these should go. The reason I say they should go all the way to the next Mania season. You gotta run his faces. Roman Reigns probably gonna be a star after this.
No,
So Dean Ambrose, and then Seth Rollins, but then also you gonna see when you break them up, who's gonna end up being face eventually, who's gonna end up going heel.
Ambrose is going to be a heel because he's just best in that role.
He reminds me of you.
Rollins is going to be a face, and Reigns, if they're gonna build him to be the next big thing, which I think they're going to, he's going to be a face.
He's going to be a face for Braids to heel. Those are the big two stars of the future.
Yeah. For now.
But this is why I say they shouldn't go all the way to WrestleMania. I said
no, not next WrestleMania. I thought next WrestleMania season, where it's like December, January. That's when we start breaking
bust
up
the Shield and SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yes. It got to be SummerSlam. That's way too long to go all the way to next. They'll still being together that long?
Especially without doing some major stuff. I mean, SummerSlam, you got to have a reason to buy SummerSlam.
I mean,
especially when there's not going to be no big stars around. They only come to WrestleMania season. We get Brock there, but
that was someone's reason for that one.
I mean, the whole different
reason too, because I like them as a group.
The whole different era. I mean, Four Horsemen span decades, so
I don't look at the Shield with one outshining the other. But Roman's been doing it.
They were on and off. They weren't, 20. They weren't 10 years straight. There were different versions of Horsemen.
If you're gonna have the Wyatts, because soon they got to figure out what to do with the other two. Because eventually they're gonna break them up as well.
True. I feel sorry for Eric Rowan right now.
Because Luke Harper, you can tell with Luke Harper that he's going to be the kind of the Roman Reigns of the group, the one that just goes ham on people, and he can do all sorts of crazy shit that we're just now starting to see.
Look at the Shield versus the Wyatt the first time they fought. Everybody stood out beside Eric Rowan. He's the only one. He didn't do nothing unique. He just was big and threw clubs. Goddamn, Luke Harper throwing drop kicks, doing suicide dives,
and Hurricane Ranas and shit like that.
Like everything he did shocked me. I was like, oh my gosh, I knew he could throw drop kicks, but
this fucker is huge and he's doing all this shit.
Yeah.
You remember Old School Undertaker, man?
That's why I said if they built him up right, he could be the next Undertaker. Be that big dude who can just put on good ass matches like the Undertaker can.
I mean, Undertaker used to catwalk almost to the center of the ring doing the Old School, and then he used to suicide dive over the top rope. Now he's too old to do that, but
because Luke Harper versus Bray Wyatt would be good in the future.
Yeah.
They already have that little history and everything.
Also, they realized that the Shield, cause I don't see them ever. I said this is what pre-show. I don't see the Wyatts going face anytime soon. Cause the Shield. The Shield. I mean, they trying to adjust. They can be here. They can be the having a just cause, but they're going back the wrong way as heels. Then it's face, and you already know how that works.
Well, the Wyatts are kind of already face.
But the Wyatts,
face reaction.
Yeah, they get face reaction. Reaction got the crowd alone, but the Wyatts is face. I mean, there's some creepy ass Duck Dynasty wanna be just something. Dumb. How you can make a face out of this? Too weird.
I still lose every time their promo ends. That go ahead. Stop. And that's it.
That shit catch me off guard. I be seeing it coming and still.
Yeah,
catch me
yeah,
off guard.
me too. It'll just make it'll make your eyes get wide. I'm like,
Yeah.
you ain't scared because you know what's happening, but
You ain't scared. It's just the fact that it popped up out of
yeah.
there.
And even after this, my eyes still just pop out. Like, what the? Oh, damn it!
Wait, speaking of what the other two doing at WrestleMania?
Who?
Who?
Nothing. They're
They'll
probably
be
just gonna.
outside.
They're gonna be in break corner. Then they're gonna get thrown out. Then they're
They
gonna be
outside
one.
waiting.
I can almost see that happen. They're gonna
I'm
do
outside.
something. The referee gonna be like, "No, y'all can't get here. I mean, y'all can't be out here." You know they gotta have that big Wyatt entry at WrestleMania. That shit gonna be long as hell. And then I know it's gonna be long as hell because whoever do they song is supposed to be performing this year.
That's actually gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they gonna do it in the dark, they gonna perform in the dark.
Why not? Hey, it'd be cool for Dan Bryan, man. They have an orchestra actually play this thing.
That would
Yeah,
be
that would be-
awesome.
yeah,
that
that
would
would
be
be
awesome,
great.
actually.
Or get someone like Slash or Zach Wilde to play Fly of the Valkyries, big ass guitar solo.
Well, it can't be Zach Wild because someone stole his fucking guitar from his goddamn trailer. So, yeah, where the hell are you gonna sell a $10,000 guitar? I have no fucking idea.
But still, like get someone like that to play the metal version of Fly of the Valkyries because that would be epic.
Why I would like that? I much rather them do it like the old orchestra style,
Oh yeah, that'd
more
be
classical.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Or you can do like what's it called? The Metallica shit where they had the orchestra and shit. I forgot what it's called.
Okay, let's talk about this Triple H. Triple H Daniel Bryan.
Can we just change his name to Barry?
No.
Let's change his name to Gara.
Giant career burial.
No, for Daniel Bryan. No, for Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan loses at WrestleMania, that would be a foolish burial.
That's it. I'm done.
Unless the WWE is pulling a great PR move. D. Brown actually at a hospital, and the hospital up here cannot do an MRI because his shoulder was too swollen. Now, unless WWE has got that grave a pull that he was actually at the hospital just for storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll do that.
Okay, but if it's legit, Triple H, what in the hell did you do? You and Stephanie got a little too into that beat. If y'all put that man out for real.
Yeah, she was in it.
Man, if you go back and watch it, you can tell like that if there weren't 12,000 people in that arena that night, trust me, what would have followed that burial would have been another burial, right in the middle of that ring.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah, she would put on Triple H in the middle of that ring for that beating. I like I said, I'm not sure that image I seen was from that Raw or a previous one, but judged by what they on camera, Stephanie, I think it was cold in that arena for that beat. Like, she was ready for that beating. Of course, you said somebody. Of course, you look like D. Brown got powerbomb on that table where it might have caused that shoulder injury.
Yeah, just the way it looked like he landed it was just.
Yeah, because Triple H kept throwing him into the damn table. He can't cover up. You got him handcuffed.
Yeah,
And Triple H was just throwing him into the table. And every time I just look at that Daniel Bryan face, like, like, yeah, either he's selling it real good or, which I don't see how.
He was selling it real good.
He was selling it real good then because Triple H was clearly throwing his ass into that table constantly. I mean, I kept thinking, this man can't even cover up right now. He's just killing me.
That's what Royal Rumble was, a premature burial.
Hey, this is what I was going to say when I switched the topic because Triple H kind of spoiled everything when he said the winner of this match goes into the main event. It is no way in hell we're going to see Triple H versus Batista versus Randy Orton at the main event.
Even though Randy
What
Orton.
name that match by three best friends?
Oh man.
We the three best friends.
Three amigos or something?
I can't even get it
I like Triple H, Batista, Randy. I'm like,
That's just not gonna happen. They pretty much guaranteed Daniel Bryan gonna be in that
better
match.
be.
They guaranteed it now.
Hey,
There were fans that were actually thinking that Triple H was gonna bury Daniel Bryan, and then we just gonna have Batista versus Orton. The fact that it's gonna be triple threat, regardless, that kind of tells you that.
hey, don't get too excited. It could be Triple H burying Daniel Bryan, him winning the triple threat, and him deciding to come back up. Actually, I hope they don't do that, because that'd just be bad. Triple H
come out there with both belts.
Triple H.
I buried the WWE.
But I said that match with Daniel Bryan. Triple H in the middle of that match goes on the ring for his sledgehammer. And you see the handle, he pulls it out, and it's a shovel. I hope it's a shovel. And Triple H just mugs the camera, just looks right into the camera with that shovel with a smirk on his face, and just wear Daniel Bryan ass out with that shovel.
I want to lose my shit, man. I couldn't even. No way.
Triple H seemed to be aware, because he said that if he's going to bury Daniel Bryan, I'm like, there you go.
Bury Daniel Bryan.
Part of me, like, I know WWE's not that retarded to, for Bryan not to win, but there's a small part of me that wants the first match of the night at Mania to be Bryan versus Triple H. And I want Bryan to lose in 18 seconds to Triple H. And then I want him to win and then go on to win the match at the end of the night and become the undisputed champion once more. Just to see just to see if the crowd you can audibly hear the crowd rioting over King of Kings playing.
You think Hurricane Katrina was bad?
Remember like in ECW, the whole chairs, everyone throwing the chairs into the ring? Yeah, imagine 80,000 chairs getting chucked in the
I'm going to tell you the end result of that. 2 week later, tonight the Impact's on Daniel Bryan Center.
No, Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson doing the Impact.
Oh my god.
MVP introduces.
I'm sorry, Daniel Bryan. I would think he would have more pride in himself to go back there. I go back.
He never went to Impact.
Go to Impact. I would go back to Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I go back to
Ring of Honor. If he was to get fired, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I want to see D-Bryan versus AJ. If
they manage to convince Daniel Bryan to go there, I'm not sure if the fans follow if they write it up right.
Hey, they've been using Yes Chant, so yeah, he come in as a face already.
Yeah, but they won't be using Yes Chant. I bet you they got some kind of copyright somewhere.
You can't copyright Yes.
Because that's stupid.
You can trademark Yes for T-shirts possibly, but not.
But you can't because it's in the dictionary. Like
Candy Crush Saga trademark candy. In
Daniel
UK.
Bryan can go anywhere in the world and do the Yes thing, but he cannot have no Yes shirts, no Yes, none of that stuff. WWE owns that.
Whatever the word is.
But you can't stop the crowd from doing the Yes chance. You can't stop Daniel Bryan for actually inciting it.
Yeah, they will do that, and he can do that. He just can't come out with no Yes. They can't. No company can make no Daniel Bryan Yes shirts.
But they will find some way around it.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah, let's spell Yes backwards.
They'll make features.
They'll make features. No, say.
Speaking of C, I can't wait till Del Rio goes though. I'm tired. His character's dead to me.
Man, I like Del Rio. Dude.
I like Del Rio.
I hate what they did to him.
I hate what they did. Yeah,
They
exactly.
just completely just ridding him into hell.
They do that to everybody.
But to this degree,
Yeah,
you took his mask off of him.
You took Destiny away from him.
You gave him Rodriguez, I guess, to help. You took that from him.
Yeah.
Then you feeded him to Mr. Girl Pants. I mean, come on.
Skinny jeans.
No, those girl pants. Those ain't skinny jeans.
But Del Rio, what I liked about Del Rio, he wasn't running his matches dirty. He was running them clean. Del Rio never lost a match with the title on the line. Like, he never won a match with the title on the line dirty. You always won clean.
Yeah, that was surprising.
They need to do that more. Like, make more heel. Like, they did. The Randy Orton will beat anybody clean. But when it comes to the title being on the line, nope, he can't do it. Cena is who you use to lunch big star. You don't just lunch any star on Cena. Like, when you ready to put somebody to the moon, yep, that's Cena. That's why I think that's why I know Bray Wyatt is gonna be Cena at Mania.
Hell, he better.
If John Cena win, I won't even be mad. I just feel like I guess they done changed their mind with Bray.
Actually, if John
That's
Cena
how I
wins,
look at it.
if John Cena wins, I hope that the other two jump in and beat the crap out
I
of
was
him.
about to say, Cena can win, but he's gonna lose the war.
I hope that's why I want. Thank you. That's why I hope happens secretly.
Actually, that's not gonna happen. Wrestlemania.
Yeah, I feel a
We
win.
gotta let the fans celebrate with Cena.
I got a feeling win or lose, Cena gonna get his ass whooped after that match.
That's why Wrestlemania has become so boring because they do nothing special for it no more.
Well,
that's where we get
all the big
SummerSlam.
names.
That's where we get SummerSlam now. That's where all the big swerves and shit happen now.
All the good. I mean, to me, SummerSlam's usually got better matches and stuff. Because Mania, it just seems like
part-time stars paradise.
Yeah, and I usually do not like most of the part-time stars. Like, I wish Taker would have just retired last year. After 21-0, that should have been it. But
he should have retired after that match with Triple H at Hell in a Cell.
Or
That was
20
a perfect way to end
Or
it.
HBK's first match.
Or the second
No,
match.
not the first one. Not the first one.
The second one, yeah, probably. The Triple H matches, the first Triple H one was okay. The second one, I was like, oh, this again.
Exactly. That's why he should have retired there.
This again.
That was a bad match.
And then the CM
To me.
Punk one, the CM Punk one was, unfortunately, I think, the best match that night. So
It was the best match that and CM Punk did most of the work.
Well, yeah.
But I don't understand. One thing I don't get about the Undertaker, what the hell is he doing in his downtime? I mean, a year should be enough to get over those injuries. They seem small.
But here's the
But he's
problem. I don't
older
think-
now, so
I
like
don't think-
minor injuries last longer.
I don't think Brock could carry Taker through a match like Punk could. I
That
mean,
is a
Brock
freaking
is just,
nature,
like, he's good and all, but he's not carrying other people.
Yeah, because I
still-
how
hold
this
on.
gonna. Oh,
After a bad tip in my mouth for Brock Lesnar Goldberg, we're like, no.
Well, that was just
I
because
just-
both men didn't give a shit.
Yes, that's all that was. Both men did not care.
but one thing I'm.
That got nothing to do with their
I'm worried
actual
about
skill.
Brock
They didn't
Lesnar.
give a fuck.
Can you talk about him carrying the whole match to him and Undertaker? Like,
Brock Lesnar
Undertaker can't
I
do
don't-
what he
is
used to do.
twice as physical as Triple H is, and he's facing an Undertaker who's old. I'm not sure the Undertaker can acclimate to that style.
Wait,
That's what
how
I'm worried
old
about.
is the Undertaker exactly?
Undertaker's 50.
49.
49?
50.
Yeah, but then you got to consider his knees are almost Rey Mysterio. Except
Yeah,
he actually did the smart. He probably actually goes to a decent doctor instead of the crappy one Mysterio likes to go
Well,
to.
at least
Just make
least
the
in-
Mexico joke.
at least in
Alex.
the Undertaker,
Just do
at
it.
least in the Undertaker's
No, that's
case,
the doctor in San Diego he
Oh,
likes.
okay.
but at least in the Undertaker's case, he's not doing any kind of high flying moves, hurricane runners and
Yeah.
springboards.
But all those tombstones fucked his knees up. He should have chosen a better move.
Well, he's not doing a tombstone like he used to be, like he used to tonight. Where he just knee. I mean, Undertaker and Kane back in the day, they would do a tombstone. They would either jump or that. I mean, they just full extension on the
Yeah,
calves
I
and
remember
just
that.
drop.
Yeah, I remember that third one of the triple tombstone he did to the fake Undertaker. He jumped down. That's why his knees are gone.
Wait, it's like Hulk Hogan. He has
He
no.
jumped like 3 feet in the air and dropped that guy. I'm like, no.
That's a
bit.
That's how you bury somebody.
That's why that was the perfect move for Shawn Michaels to end his career on. The jumping tombstone.
Came back in there, the tombstone, him up here just.
That was the stiffest ass tombstone I've seen in my life. He just dropped with
Oh
his
yeah, I
ass.
remember. Yeah, because I saw the one he did. I saw the one he did to Vader. I watched the old Rock clip.
Vader's a huge
He
motherfucker.
slapped Vader across the head with a wrench, and then he went and hit a tombstone. That was brutal.
But-
I was like, how do you sell a fake wrench shot, dog? How do you fake hit somebody with a wrench, dog?
And this
And
is.
you see why Kane started using that choke slam.
It was stupid for them to just bring Batista back and throw him in the fold. They knew the fans
Let me
weren't
say
gonna
one thing,
take
and
that.
I want to bring this up early. Remember when Batista went to Triple H and said, "Hey, you making this a triple threat match? This is not what I signed up for."
Yeah.
That was him speaking for real. Batista, but that was Batista's real thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, I did not sign up for no
Yeah,
triple
he
threat.
signed up for
I
it.
signed up to win the title at Mania.
Well, the fans didn't sign up to throw $50 at the Royal Rumble to see you win it either.
For real.
So what does that mean?
I mean, in fairness though, I mean the crowd was like, you know, if Bryan's not going to win this, at least Roman Reigns winning it.
Yeah, they didn't even let Reigns.
I'm
Okay,
glad Reigns
this-
didn't win.
In that situation, Vince McMahon, the old Vince McMahon would have made the call for Roman Reigns to win it. And he would have pushed Roman Reigns then.
And yeah, he broke up the shield, right?
Yeah, he would have had no choice.
I mean, then Randy Orton, he's just there. I mean, there's nothing special about Randy Orton during this whole thing.
I told you my scenario.
there.
Cena would have won the title that night. Took it off of Orton at the Rumble.
And then have
And then the
Triple H-
rematch at the Chamber, and then let Bryan, who would have won the Rumble that night, take the title off of Cena at Mania. That's what I would have done.
And then
Where's
still,
the ring?
but then you could have the corporation, not corporation, but you had the authority, you know, making Cena be the corporate champ and have Cena kind of not really want to be the corporate champ and have
And
that as an extra
Then
dynamic.
if you want to put Batista in the picture, after the WrestleMania dust sells, then you put the Batista Cena feud up.
No, this.
I mean, no, I got
D.
D-Bry had to sign D.
Yeah, that was it. Now, Triple H's goal is to get the title off of D. Bryan, setting up, which he eventually does, setting up the match between Daniel Bryan and Triple H at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's where they would have faced for the first time. It would have been a year-long feud. Come around.
But where did Batista fit in here?
Batista would be the champion. That's what Daniel Bryan would have lost the title to.
Okay.
Yeah, but Batista ain't got nothing to worry. He got a movie coming out, and they're gonna promote him. So that's how.
I tell you this now. Yeah, I tell you this now. Batista's gonna be champion.
Oh man, I
Daniel
feel like
Bryan can have his moment at Mania and everybody be happy.
Yeah.
Batista taking the bill off.
Yeah,
It's guaranteed.
I remember telling a few friends back, I was like,
Destroyer.
I'm not even gonna want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy because that motherfucker kind of wrecked Raw for me for a little while.
I mean, he could have just ruined the Marvel movie.
He's gonna Batista bomb somebody. I bet he's gonna Batista bomb
In a
somebody.
movie?
That would
Yeah,
be
why not?
hilarious. That would be
He gonna
fun.
pick somebody like this.
He's gonna at least firebucket somebody. He might do that.
Yeah.
He might be that sorry ass spit he be doing.
Oh, you mean that wrong
Yeah.
shoulder, that off shoulder?
Yeah.
But
And
does
that shit
anybody
killed
want to
Triple
make
H,
it before we wrap this up? Does anybody want to make any WrestleMania predictions?
I already got the prediction.
Okay.
It's pretty.
If the
Okay.
crowd at the end of the night isn't Fly the Valkyries with Bryan holding both belts up, going yes, yes. I did not want to see how that
Here's
ends.
my prediction. It's easy. This is just for the top 5.
Yeah,
Undertaker, of course. Daniel Bryan. Top 6 matches. Undertaker, of course. Daniel Bryan match 1. Daniel Bryan match 2. Bray Wyatt. Who else is the top?
I believe that.
That's why I think you said
Usos winning back the tag titles.
Oh yeah, Usos. They're gonna retain. And let me see. I know Cesaro's not in the Battle Royal. That means there's gonna be some. There has to be a multiple tag team match. I think the Usos will retain, but that's where the real Americans will break up. I think they'll break up after that tag match because they're gonna get a shot. I can see it. It'll be like a fatal 4-way. That's why I said fatal 4-way tag match for the title. And what's the other match? All right, I covered Taker.
And what about the
Triple H.
Battle Royale? I think
Battle
Big E
Royale.
might win that Battle Royale.
The thing. I think Sheamus might win it because he ain't got nothing to do. Thanks to CM Punk. Thank you, CM Punk.
But
Yeah, but with Sheamus, it's like, never mind.
Yeah, but you.
prediction, I'll go with Sheamus win that. They gotta give him something to do after Mania.
But I still want Christian to throw him off the top.
The main event. If it's gonna be the main event, I say title match. I have Batista beating Daniel Bryan. They take this into Raw after Mania with him and D-Bry. So I think D-Bry's gonna get screwed somehow and lose that title. Cause Triple H's gonna have something to do with it.
Yeah, but
He's gonna pick it. He's gonna put his shovel nose.
I definitely believe Bray Wyatt still gonna put over Bray. So Bray gonna win. The streak has to continue.
Okay.
I hope Paul Heyman has some epic promo something in the match or something doing that.
AYT, you have any predictions?
Not really. Y'all already know how I feel. Y'all already said everything.
Them not having the Shield have a match there featuring them 3 kind of threw a wrench in my
kind
predictions.
Okay, mine, I'm only going to do it what they got booked now. The Battle Royal, I'm going with Alexander Rusev. And then the other 4, like, come on, Bray, Daniel Bryan win twice, and Taker.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say nothing about tag team title because I don't know how the fuck that's going now.
And AJ's going to lose the title there too.
AJ, yeah, she's going to lose the
I hope
title,
she
but I don't
loses
know
to
how
Naomi.
they're going to do
Straight
it.
to the
I can't
point.
give a prediction on who's going to win it.
Yeah.
They're only going to win the title, I think, too.
I want Naomi to win it, although I think they might give it to Natalia, but I
Honestly,
want Naomi to win it.
I
just
don't want the
because.
Bella Twins anywhere near that.
No.
Let me say this. They fucked up that Divas division so
No.
bad, I don't give a fuck who take the title off for AJ.
I want Naomi just because I like watching her win.
Yeah,
You watching everything. You watching where things move, and it just
Alright, D, I'll get your picks now.
I ain't got none. Fuck it.
Okay.
I think that wraps it up. This is Real Wrestling episode 21. Peace. And check us out at facebook.com/Real Wrestling Discussion. Yeah, we discuss wrestling and shit. So
Real
don't come with that fuck shit.
Real Wrestling Roundtable
Roundtable discussion. My bad.
That way you can type it in and get
I'll put
a link in the description.
Click, link, subscribe.
click, link, whatever the fuck it is. Reddit, get it, fuck it. I don't care. Peace, bitches.
It's low-cal.
Ran through the rain, never look back, never quit work through the pain. This blood in my veins run cold when I think it'll never be the same. But I never lose hope, this is my time now. No time for tears, celebrate, put it in the air right now. Never back down, you can never wear my crown, cause they're way too much. And I crush every motherfucking thing I touch. This is love, I never loved so much. Get involved, make the world stand up.
I want you to do the
Umbrella. I never seen this before in a match, an Umbrella.
Bell here